The 27-year-old from Brockton walked into court handcuffed and behind glass, facing disturbing allegations from this weekend.
This is an incident that involves...
I'm Boston 25 News reporter Daniel Coates outside Somerville District Court.
Hey man, it's your boy Butler. It's the best day of my life, man. Go on, do your little dance where they still playing your song. Y'all get in the comment section, like, share, subscribe. Looks like a Lyft driver is accused of raping an unconscious passenger. Let's get into it.
Where a Lyft driver pled not guilty to serious charges of assault and battery and rape of one of his passengers over the weekend. The 27-year-old from Brockton walked into court handcuffed and behind glass, facing disturbing allegations from this weekend.
This is an incident that involves an act of stranger violence, and notably there is an allegation of specifically a sexual assault of that stranger.
The Lyft driver is accused of picking up a woman and
He been crying too. He been crying. Shit just got real. I have, at some point in time in my life, I've never driven a Lyft. I done drove Uber before, and I have had people to throw up. Have I ever interacted with somebody? No, I've never interacted with anybody. Hey man, I'm just especially conscious, aggressively conscious in reference to when my freedom could be taken away. And so I try to avoid those situations. But this brother looked young, man. Let's get some more details. But any sexual assault is not good, bro. That's a horrible look. That's a horrible look.
In Boston, claiming in court documents she was having a drink with friends and co-workers after work at the Lenox on Exeter Street before calling a Lyft around 2:30 in the morning. The last thing she remembered, police reported, was getting into the back seat of the Lyft and later waking up in the back seat with her head resting on that driver's lap. She also noticed her bra was missing and her pants were unzipped. She reportedly woke up 90 minutes later here on Canal Lane in Somerville, rushing outside while Texera drove away. Police claim he was there with her for over an hour. She says she wasn't offered anything to drink or eat in that car, but she had a glass of champagne at work before she left and only one dirty martini at the Lenox bar. She stated no one strange to her approached her there. The woman was treated at Cambridge Hospital while police worked with Lyft to identify.
Is it possible that she was drunk and she was flirtatious with this young brother? Is that possible? Cause y'all, oh man, and what if she was drinking and then she passed out-ish or was sluggish or out of, that's still not right, bro. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. Man, you just got to be careful, bro, because what if she was flirting with him? What if she was on that type of timing? And then when she realized what has happened, she not on that type of timing no more. In fact, she's insulted. And then she screamed, "Grape." That's a possible situation. It's possible that that's what took place. That's crazy.
I'm Boston 25 News reporter Daniel Coates outside Somerville District Court, where 80 minutes later here on Canal Lane in Somerville. Remembered, police reported, was getting into the back seat of the Lyft and later waking up in the back seat with her head resting on that driver's lap. She also noticed her bra was missing and her pants were unzipped. She reportedly woke up 90 minutes later here on Canal Lane in Somerville, rushing outside while...
So he got in the back seat with her. That's not good. Cause, bro, what kind of martini did she drink? He got in the back seat with her.
Texera drove away. Police claim he was there with her for over an hour. She says she wasn't offered anything to drink or eat in that car, but she had a glass of champagne at work before she left and only one dirty martini at the Lenox bar. She stated no one strange to her approached her there. The woman was treated at Cambridge Hospital while police worked with Lyft to identify.
Well, elsewhere today, we're learning that Uber and Lyft drivers are failing some new Massachusetts background checks that are in effect. And that is concerning a lot of folks. Hillary Vaughn has all the details. Hey, Hillary.
Hey, Neil, that's right. Thousands of Uber and Lyft drivers that passed their company background checks are being pulled off the road in Massachusetts because their records didn't pass the state's independent review.
Take women for sexual assault. That's 5 years ago. They finna drag shot at 14 women filed lawsuit against Lyft claiming sexual assault. Are you serious, bro?
Tonight, rideshare giant Lyft is under fire. The company faces some real serious allegations.
That's right. Some female riders say drivers actually sexually assaulted them. Natisha's here to explain.
Well, the ride-sharing giant Lyft has a sexual predator crisis. That is according to a new lawsuit filed by 14 women. They claim the drivers who sexually assaulted or raped them could still be on the road.
He took me to a really dark beach that I'm not aware of. I don't know where I was the whole time. I was terrified. He sexually assaulted me.
Last October, Gladys says her Los Angeles Lyft driver trapped her in his car for hours before sexually assaulting her. Less than 2 months later in Salt Lake City, Kim says the same thing happened to her.
He reached over, tried to grab me, did grab me around my neck forcefully, tried to kiss me.
Both women are part of a mass action lawsuit filed yesterday. A total of 14 women claim they were sexually assaulted by Lyft drivers. The suit accuses Lyft of failing to report rapes to police. It also alleges that between
You know what? This makes so much sense now, bro. Because remember I said earlier in this video that at one point in time I was driving Uber. This was a couple of years ago. And so in 96, I was convicted of armed robbery. I came home in 06. But I got a full pardon from the state. I even got a license to carry. But you know what? The reason I stopped driving Uber is because they did another background check on me. And that background check, when they did that background check, all my stuff came up, bro. All my stuff came up. And right now, I can't drive Uber. I mean, I don't need to drive Uber right now, but maybe that was a blessing from God. Because had I continued to drive Uber, I probably wouldn't have dug off into my anger management or my social media. But I guess that's a reflection of, it's crazy how the world works, because some women were sexually assaulted, and so then they start doing their due diligence. And then at some point in time, but I know some guys who got some records and they still driving for Uber or Lyft or whatever it is. But man, that's crazy, because then I started thinking about women just being taken advantage of just because you drunk or you done had a drink and you think that you got a safe ride home, and then somebody take advantage of you. That's some
2014 and 2016.
Although I have been driving an Uber, and then I don't know, I be kind of naive if somebody come on to me, bro. Then I always think what's the worst case scenario. Then I be thinking that, man, if you're gonna get it to me that easy, you gotta have a STD, and I'm gonna explode and die.
The company received nearly 100 sexual assault complaints against California drivers. Attorneys for the case predict there could be at least 1,000 victims across the country.
For every report of one rape, there's 3 or 4 others that occur, so you can do the math.
In a statement to NBC News, the company says what the victims describe is terrifying and has no place in the Lyft community. Adding, Lyft is designing products and policies to keep out bad actors, make riders and drivers feel safe, and react quickly.
And Lyft goes on to say it will also roll out a new emergency panic button on its app for a quicker connection to 911.
That makes sense. Hey, man, at the end of the day, bro, let's see. Arranged on sex charge, that was 6 years ago.
That's right. The Lyft driver was just arraigned here. He's accused of sexually abusing a woman he picked up while driving for the ride-sharing service. Now, today he agreed to sign two orders of protection, one for that woman in the car and the other for a witness who was also in the car at the time it allegedly happened. Now, the judge ordered him to stay away from them and not have any contact. Earlier, 36-year-old Hussein Saleh was escorted by Suffolk County Police out of the 3rd Precinct. Police, he picked up 2 women from Patchogue around 3 Sunday morning. During the ride in Central Islip, he allegedly sexually abused the woman who was sitting in the front passenger seat. One of the women called 911 and police arrested Saleh, charging him with 2 counts of sexual abuse in the first.
New charge, that was 7 years ago. Lyft driver sexually assaulted. The driver was sexually assaulted?
CBS 46 Crime Alert. A local Lyft driver reached out to us here at CBS 46. She wanted help after she says she was attacked and sexually assaulted by one of her passengers. It happened late Sunday night in Buckhead. Adam Murphy is live at the Texaco gas station on Piedmont Road with alarming details on this one. Adam, what more can you tell us about this encounter?
Sharon, the Lyft driver involved in this traumatic experience, told me she was having a good day on the job until she picked up a passenger at this gas station. From the moment Alicia Dukes became a Lyft driver, she's had to deal with some crazy passengers.
It wasn't the first time somebody asked me to come have drinks, but it was definitely the first time somebody decided they wanted to put their hands on me.
But Sunday night, one of those customers crossed the line.
And he was like, well, I'll give you some money if you give me oral sex.
Dukes said this man, known as Francisco on his Lyft profile, asked her to come inside his home to have a beer. And that's where her troubles began.
And I told him no. I was like, I don't do stuff like that. He was like, please, please. I was just telling him to like stop and leave me alone.
When she told him the ride was over, Dukes said Francisco reached up into the front seat, grabbed her breast, behind, thighs, and then forced his hands in between her legs.
Stop. So I like pushed him and I unbuckled my seatbelt and I jumped out the car real fast. And then he got out from the back passenger side.
That's when Dukes called the police and turned to her mother for support.
I hate this happened to her. This is a very bad situation, and I don't wish this on no one.
He tried to force his...
So that answers a whole lot of questions for me, bro. Hey, man. Guard your kids, guard your wife. It's unfortunate. That initial brother and the rest of these individuals are, if guilty, sleazebags. Be careful when you trim around with this stuff, man. You're still out here in the public. People are still predators. We out, man. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. We out.